Alrighty, welcome back to E3. We are
Hey,
at day
guys.
3, the third and final day of E3 here in Los Angeles.
We made it, Greg.
I know,
Almost.
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 It's just a few more hours, just a few more. About, we got 5 hours, 5.5 hours, I think.
About, yeah.
And then we
just
get
about.
to fly home and sleep in our own beds.
Oh my gosh,
That-
looking forward to that most definitely.
Oh yeah, that will be a highlight of my day.
For
Although
sure.
not as much a highlight as some of the stuff that we have coming up for you. Didn't introduce
Very
myself.
true.
I'm Greg Lobbs, community manager at 2K Games.
And I'm Sasha de Guzman from 2K Games.
Alrighty, so we've got a bunch of cool things that we are going to be showing you today. First of all, I'm going to answer a question that kept coming up the last 2 days.
Yes.
XCOM footage. Yes, we have it for you today.
We're so
XCOM footage, we
excited.
definitely do. We recorded some of the devs narrating the footage that we've got just a few minutes ago. So our production team is getting it encoded and all that.
It's
so
going to
they're
look
gonna
great.
have it, yeah.
It's a great
It's pretty sweet.
piece of footage.
There's
yeah,
a neat
so
little
you guys need to stay tuned for that today.
awesome surprise that makes me geek out too in that footage. So
Yeah.
I won't spoil it. I'll
Same
let you guys
here.
see. But behind us, as you
Yes.
might be able to see on the
Oh,
wall here,
right there.
Look, these are the awards that XCOM Enemy Unknown has won
There's a
these
lot.
last 2 days.
We got some
Look
best
at that.
of
I'm
E3.
seeing a best of E3 winner.
Yep.
I'm
We
seeing
have some
best of
nominations.
E3 nominee. There's a editor's choice from
X-Play.
Polygon. We got a best of E3 2012 GameSpy. That's a nominee. I think a lot of the winners are determined today.
I think so.
I don't actually know how a lot
Close
of that
to
works.
close of show,
but
probably, maybe.
there's a lot of best of shows, and these aren't even in. These are best of shows. These aren't like.
Yeah.
There's some best strategy games in there.
yeah,
but
but
we're
these
even
are
getting like
all-around best of
all around best.
E3.
That we are up against everybody else. So
Yep.
that is really cool. And as XCOM Enemy Unknown being one of my favorite games I've ever played, that is.
I'm sure you're quite excited.
I'm very excited about
Very
that.
proud
I'm
as well.
Really, really proud of the guys at Firaxis. They have just done
They've
a
done
great
a
job, and they're doing a great job
fabulous
in
job.
there. I mean, this is kind of tough being on camera all day, doing a bunch of interviews. But those guys, they have to sit there in front of a whole bunch of people and do this presentation over and over and over again. And
Yep.
I think I'd rather be here. I think I'd rather be
I
here
think
talking
so.
to you
With
guys.
you guys.
Yeah.
Of course. Absolutely.
We're gonna go over a couple things first.
Yes.
Borderlands 2. Before I forget, yesterday we talked about the collector's edition of Borderlands 2, and I showed you all the cool stuff that is in it. I'm going to issue one little correction. I was wrong.
Very important.
I got handed all this stuff, and I was a little confused. The steel case is part of the loot chest edition. It is actually not in the collector's edition. Everything else is in it, and
Your
even some stuff
bobblehead
that I
is
forgot.
in there. Don't
the
forget the
bobblehead
bobblehead.
is awesome. We got the propaganda posters. There's even
Posters.
some stuff that was in it that I didn't talk about. Like there's a digital code to redeem some cool
Oh,
digital things.
that's awesome.
So
I didn't know that either.
It's even
Great.
more. Steel case, not in it, but like bobblehead, and actually the bobblehead I think is the coolest part.
I
mean, it's
think
a
so.
bobblehead.
It was
I've
pretty
always liked
cool.
bobbleheads in
I know.
special editions. And yeah, Kona has just
Kona
yelled to me
wants
from
one.
behind the scenes that he is. Oh. I think that guy may have been in frame.
We
just
got
for a
some fun
moment.
people
All
coming
right,
in
you got a little
frame.
cameo on the internet there.
For sure.
So that is cool. One more thing I want to talk
What
about.
we got
Borderlands
here?
2.
What is
I
this?
only learned about
I'm
this
really
today.
interested in this.
I need to cover up the code. All right, here we go.
So you don't show it on live TV.
This is something that everybody gets when they go and play Borderlands 2
Right
in front
outside?
of right outside,
Yep.
open to the public. This is a really, really cool thing, especially as an engineer, like the tech side, to pull this off actually
yeah.
really excites
When you told me about this morning, I was like, I really want one of those.
So
'cause
here's
that's
how it
really
works.
Cool.
People get to play Borderlands 2 here at our booth. When they're picking up, obviously it's Borderlands, loot, bazillion
Right.
guns. They're picking up a
So
whole bunch
many
of loot
guns.
as they play. At the end of the demo,
Uh-huh.
our team asks them to pick one weapon that they want to keep.
So of all the guns that they collect during this demo, they can keep one of them.
They get to keep one of them, and when I say keep, I mean they get to keep it when they buy the game. So we give them this thing, they get a code to redeem in their game, they do a special way that they hook it up with the weapon that they chose. You know, and I mean, remember there are a bazillion weapons, so it's this like special code system.
Yeah.
Anyway, so when they buy the game, they enter this code, and they get that weapon at the beginning of the game.
That's really awesome.
You know, it's
I
just
like that.
one of the, they're not unique to this demo, it's just one of the weapons. That's what makes Borderlands 2 and Borderlands so cool is
Yeah.
just the gazillion weapons, the way they're like generated
insane.
with all the different parts.
But it's cool because then you'll remember your E3 experience when you're at home. You have your gun,
Absolutely.
you're like, oh my god, I used this while I was at E3.
If
and
you
now I
guys
have it
like
at
the
home.
idea of this, if you think this is really cool, let us know, because this is the kind of thing we could do again in the future. But
Maybe.
want to know if you guys think that that's as cool as we think it is. I mean, I think it's very cool.
I think it's awesome.
Yeah.
I like the idea.
So
I think it's a great idea.
pretty soon now we're going to go into our booth walkthrough that we
Okay.
recorded before the show
Yeah,
opened
absolutely.
on day one. And
you-
so we want to show off this entire booth. For those of you
Yeah.
just tuning in today,
Or maybe have missed it
you
in
probably
our past
have
live
not seen
streams.
how big this booth is. I mean, we're only looking at one little segment here. This is like
Mm-hmm.
1% of it. Actually, that's a gross exaggeration. But you're looking at a tiny little bit. I mean, it is huge. We're currently
have the
sitting in the
sports
2K
bar.
Sports Bar.
That's awesome.
There's a whole bunch of people here. This is only the very, very, very beginning of the show. By
Mm-hmm.
the end of the show, it gets packed shoulder to shoulder.
Oh my gosh, you can't even move around in this area.
I know.
At
We're,
the end
we're
of the
inside
show.
our own booth, and it's as hard to walk in here as it is to walk outside.
Yes, agreed.
But it just means that people like our booth. They like
I
hanging
think
out
so.
here.
It's a great place
So
to
we
hang.
got XCOM Enemy Unknown, we have Spec Ops: The Line, we have Borderlands 2, we've got
There's
NBA
NBA over
there, and
There's even Civ a little
is
bit
that
over
everything?
there.
Oh, we got a whole 2K Play area where
Yep.
they're showing off Comedy Central's and Decision Game, which we showed to you guys yesterday.
We just have a vast variety of games. It's just
It's very
great.
cool. It's been fun being here. Extremely exhausting. but
absolutely.
It is almost over. All right,
Yep.
so we're going to run that booth walkthrough for you very soon. When we get back from that, we're going. Sasha's going to interview.
I'm going to interview Walt. He is
Oh, that's
the from
Spec
writer.
Ops: The Line.
Writer
Lead
from Spec
writer
Ops.
of Spec Ops: The
Lead
Line.
writer of Spec
this
Ops:
is
The
a
Line.
man. He can talk about Spec Ops: The Line
He's
for
amazing.
hours and hours and
He's
hours.
awesome.
We won't
So
let him
please
though.
stay tuned.
We're only going to let him talk for half an hour. But you're definitely going to want to hear what this guy has to say. He explains why everything is the way it is and what they're trying to do with Spec Ops: The Line and such.
He's great.
I really like
He's
Walt.
a great guy. Please stay tuned for that and just enjoy our walkthrough
Yeah,
of
so
our booth.
have fun. And footage of all our games will be coming later.